Has it ever occurred to you that capitalism could be a driving force behind the medicalization of normal life? Let's delve into this thought. Medicalization is the process by which non-medical problems become defined and treated as medical problems, usually in terms of illnesses or disorders. It's like putting on a pair of medical glasses, and suddenly aspects of everyday life appear less like natural human experiences and more like symptoms to be diagnosed and treated. Take the rising use of antidepressants as an example. In the UK, almost 1 in 5 adults are on these medications. The figures are equally staggering in Australia and the United States. In Australia, 1 in 5 adults took a pharmacological medication for mental health in the year 2020 to 2021, and most of these were antidepressants. In the US, over 83 million prescriptions for antidepressants were filled in the year 2021 to 2022. Marking a spike of almost 35% over the past 6 years. These numbers paint a picture of millions of human beings taking a lot of antidepressant medication. But is this a reflection of a genuine increase in mental health disorders, or is there something else at play? What's interesting is that studies often show placebos to be just as effective as these medications, and sometimes even more so. However, these findings are often overshadowed by selective research promoted by pharmaceutical manufacturers, a sector worth hundreds of billions of dollars annually. Negative results are conveniently buried, and medical journals earning substantial income from these pharmaceutical companies willingly publish a biased selection of research results. So, we return to our initial question. Is capitalism a driving force behind the medicalization of normal life? The question we must ask ourselves is, are these increases a reflection of a true rise in mental health disorders? Or are they a symptom of society's tendency to medicalize and monetize normal life? Let's delve into the world of psychiatry, where the line between treatment and profit can often blur. In the realm of psychiatry, a troubling trend has emerged that challenges our understanding of mental health treatment. A staggering 1 in 5 adults in the UK are prescribed antidepressants, a statistic mirrored in Australia and the United States. Yet the troubling part isn't the sheer volume of prescriptions, but the shadow of doubt cast over the efficacy of these antidepressants. Pharmaceutical companies, the manufacturers of these drugs, have a significant role to play in this narrative. Selective use of studies and portions of research results are used to paint a rosy picture of antidepressants, often glossing over the fact that placebos have proven just as effective, and in some cases, even more so. However, these aren't the studies that make the headlines or feature in medical journals. Why? Because negative research results do not support the billion-dollar pharmaceutical industry. Consequently, these studies are buried, never seeing the light of day, while the world is led to believe in the miracle of antidepressants. But the blame doesn't lie solely with the pharmaceutical companies. Medical journals, the gatekeepers of medical research and information, are complicit in this issue. Many of these journals have substantial income from pharmaceutical companies through advertising, purchasing reprints, and sponsoring supplements. This funding could potentially corrupt the objectivity of these journals, leading them to publish a biased selection of research results. This brings us to a critical crossroad in our understanding of mental health treatment. It's a daunting realization that the very institutions we trust to guide us on the path to wellness could potentially be influenced by profit over patient welfare. This raises an alarming question. Are these drugs really the miracle cure they're often portrayed as, or is there something more to this story? Let's take a closer look at how capitalism plays into this complex issue. In our modern world, capitalism shapes nearly every aspect of our lives. It's no surprise, then, that it also plays a significant role in the medicalization of normal life. The capitalist system, by its very nature, is profit-driven. And in the world of medicine, one of the most direct routes to profit is through the sale of prescription drugs. Pharmaceutical companies, armed with vast resources and an eye on the bottom line, have a significant influence on the medical industry. They fund research, shape the narrative around health and illness, and market their products aggressively. The end goal? To convince us that there is a pill for every ill. And when it comes to mental health, this often translates into the overprescription of antidepressants. But what drives this overprescription? It's a complex web of factors, all interwoven with the threads of capitalism. Doctors, under pressure from the pharmaceutical industry and their own workloads, may resort to prescribing pills as a quick fix. Patients, influenced by advertising and societal expectations, may demand medications as an immediate solution to their problems. And all the while, the pharmaceutical industry reaps the benefits, profiting from the sale of billions of pills each year. This over-medicalization has far-reaching implications. It can lead to the pathologization of normal emotions, turning sadness into depression, worry into anxiety. It can create a culture of dependency, where pills become the first and only line of defense against life's ups and downs. And it can drown out other voices and approaches, such as therapy or lifestyle changes, that may offer a more holistic approach to mental health. Yet it's not all doom and gloom. Recognizing the influence of capitalism on our health system is the first step towards change. It opens up a dialogue about the role of profit in healthcare and how we can ensure that the well-being of individuals and society remains the priority. As we grapple with these issues, it's clear that the intersection of capitalism and medicine is a complex one, with profound implications for our understanding of health and normality. So, where does this leave us in our understanding of the medicalization of normal life and the role of capitalism? It's clear that we're seeing a significant rise in the use of antidepressants, with almost 1 in 5 adults in the UK and a similar proportion in Australia turning to these medications. But the trouble with psychiatry is that there's little evidence to support the effectiveness of these drugs. In fact, many studies suggest that placebos could be just as effective, if not more so. However, these findings often remain hidden, overshadowed by the selective presentation of positive results by pharmaceutical companies, a sector worth hundreds of billions of dollars annually. This selective use of data and the influence of capitalism has led to what can be seen as the medicalization of normal life, where normal human experiences are pathologized and treated with medication. Meanwhile, medical journals, which derive substantial income from pharmaceutical advertising and sponsorship, may also play a role in promoting this skewed perspective. While the debate continues, one thing is clear: it's time to reassess our understanding of normality, health, and the role of capitalism in shaping our lives.